Holmes, for heaven's sake, whatever's going on?
Oh, hello, Watson. You're early. Did you kill all of your patients?
What? Holmes, where have all these wretched bees come from?
I increased the temperature of the room so as to prevent them from hibernating. I needed to take a sample of honey. But it worked, Watson. We will have honey all year round.
Ridiculous and dangerous.
They're domestic bees, Apis mellifera, such industrious workers. Anyway, Watson, I am sorry, but I must leave you. I'm in rather a hurry.
You have a new case?
Yes, but nothing as thrilling as this experiment. A theft of plants at the Royal Botanic Gardens in Kew. I'm helping a minister who's an old friend of mine. You can join me if you like.
Well, I'll admit that I'd far rather accompany you than remain alone here with these workers of yours. Besides, you'll need a helping hand with the flowers you're intending to bring back.
Watson, however did you guess?
For the great Sherlock Holmes to bother with the theft of plants. Come on, admit that you're planning to spoil your little bees with some rare pollens.
Cheeky. Oh, look at Toby.
Since when did I become so transparent? Let us go.
I need to find a different game to stream though. This could be the last day of this. If we don't finish it, we don't finish it. We're getting so close to 300 followers and now we've dropped down 3. We're getting worse. I'm so fucking hot as well. Damn. I'm sweating.
Well, Holmes, here we are at the Royal Botanic Gardens. There's no doubt that this place is beautiful. But are you really intent on investigating the theft of the plants?
Yes, of course.
Why not? We're here. Oh, what's the point of giving me a little bit of walking space?
Don't touch anything else, is that clear? Just go and get a bucket of fertilizer. And without turning it over this time. Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you? If you are here for a visit, please do come back on Sunday.
I am afraid that it cannot wait. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Sweating.
We are investigating the theft of plants that took place here 5 days ago. A remarkable collection, I believe.
So you're the one in charge, eh?
A small favour for a friend. Now, to whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
I am Martin Hamish. I am the Deputy Director of Kew Gardens. And
Kew.
that fellow yonder is Albert. He works here.
Albert.
I am delighted to meet you. What can you tell us about the plants?
They were rare and exceptional plants. We presented them at our last
His
exhibition.
glass is all kind of
We
mad.
haven't removed the stand yet. It is still in the large glass house. We only learned of their disappearance the evening after the exhibition, and nobody saw anything.
No doors were forced?
No, but I would imagine that for a thief it would be fairly easy to gain entry, for there are no guards here.
Well, if you don't mind, we will take a look. Now, you say that it is in the large glass house.
Yes, the one just behind me. Just a second, since Albert has nothing else to do.
What is he doing anyway?
Albert, show these gentlemen where the exhibition was held.
How many people work here?
Only myself, but occasionally 2 students, Albert, whom you have met, and Miss White.
You keep getting a load of people that have been in your chat. Jada?
Here it is. This is the place where the stolen
Should I say
plants
viewers?
were exhibited.
Thank you. Is
Yeah.
there something the matter?
Yes, there is. All right, the plants were valuable and rare, but it seems to me that the tragedy that took place here only 2 days ago has been entirely forgotten already.
What tragedy are you referring to?
The director of Kew Gardens, Mr. Montague Dunn, he died here just 2 days ago.
We're very sorry. We were not aware. The two of you were good friends?
He was my father.
Oh,
Oh dear.
knew each other then.
Condolences.
Oh, not
We should not
necessarily.
trouble you. Please do excuse us for the intrusion.
You say that he died here, in the large glass house.
Holmes?
Yes, just here, near the door to the colonial collection. He suffered a heart attack,
Oh,
just like that. So suddenly. It was terrible. Excuse me, gentlemen, but I cannot remain here. If you need me, I'll be in the reserve. That's the room next to the front of the large greenhouse.
Of course, we understand.
Well, well, well. Oh, it's gone from a bloody
The plants were here. All of them were stolen.
plant theft to the death.
Do not touch.
The balloons? That's the worst balloons I think I've ever seen. That shout. Watson?
According to Albert, this is where his father, Montague Dunn, was found dead.
Thin black
Traces
tracks?
are thinner in some places.
Like it's scuffed.
These boot marks are fresh. It appears as though someone was dragging their feet. The footprints reveal that someone staggered here. The door was smashed at shoulder height.
How low's their shoulder?
This door handle is new. It was recently changed. The ensconson was
Fuck's an
breached near the
ensconson?
handle. The door was forced from the inside of the Colonial Collection Room. The handle was changed afterwards.
I think we need to inspect the Colonial Collection Room.
Very strange. Half of the Colonial Collection is absent.
There's
The
detergent.
smell is strong. It is a detergent.
Chip.
This broken fragment was the result of a heavy blow. A fragment of marble, most likely chipped from a statue or sculpture.
Oh, that's that gone then.
These windows were perfectly cleaned. Part of this greenhouse was emptied and thoroughly cleaned.
But why?
This is one of the outlets of the ventilation system.
Okay.
According to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of the building.
What's it telling me to go back into this view? Did we look at all of this? Nope, fragments.
Soil. It should have come from a flower pot.
What about this one?
The soil on the side of this flower shelf is the same as that on the ground. Fragments of a flower pot. It fell down here.
Here. What more do I need to look at? Oh, broken pot.
This pot was broken fairly recently.
The glue's still
A
fresh.
flower pot recently fell down from these shelves and was misplaced.
A tree.
These trees, with their roots in water, must originate from Louisiana.
Ah, yes, the bayou.
It's bayou.
Remember our visit in the case of the Awakened?
Here is a list of the stolen plants.
Handy. At least you know what's gone missing, right? The hose.
According to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of the building.
We're gonna find out where that is. Maybe.
According to
Yeah, we know about that. Why does it look kind of the same stuff?
dry tropics,
Oh. At least we have had to do no reading in this case.
these flower pots are beautiful. They are intended to be used for exhibition purposes. The symbol is not from Kew Gardens.
Interesting. Oh, this place is massive. Oh no, oh no, it's Times. Watering cans, more plant pots.
Dry. There is a smell of burning.
They're burning the evidence.
A protective mask. Someone set it alight, but it did not burn. A broom handle was
Harry
half
Potter was
burned.
here. There's the handle.
A door handle? Why would anyone throw such a thing in the fire?
Yeah.
The door handle to the Colonial Collection and that of the fireplace are made of the same material. The plants were set alight fairly recently. Some have not completely burned.
Looks like a Venus flytrap.
The remains of a picture frame.
Broken pot. One of the fancy ones?
The symbol is not from Kew Gardens.
Chinese, right? Could be Japanese, maybe. Two lawnmowers. Greedy.
Colonial Collection. Ventilation system. Seed house. Nursery. Director's office, cloakroom, and laboratory.
Laboratory. Farmhouse.
Farmhouse. Water lily greenhouse. A map of Kew Gardens.
I hate that you have to go through all of it.
Dry tropics. Reserve.
I wonder if we can get in here and have a play about with it then. Don't know why we'd need to, but looks like I might have to have a little
A water tank.
play.
A ventilation system. It should regulate the temperature of the staff buildings.
Okay, it's an object of interest now. Water. Nope.
Seed house.
That Watson that I walked up to, probably.
Locked.
Damn you. I'm stuck. Watson. What's it object of interest? Huh? How can this be an object of interest when I've looked at it? Watson, get out of my fucking way, bro. We've not been to the Palm. Where the hell am I? What's it? I can't walk. Another lawnmower. This place needs so many lawnmowers.
Nursery. Locked.
That's probably the laboratory. Is this the Palm one?
Can I help you, gentlemen?
I'm just walking around, to be fair, mate. Being a bit nosy, that's all. This should bleed back to here.
water lily.
Yeah. Okay. We can go talk to him then. We'll check this area first, then we'll talk to him. I need a key as well. You got a key for me, Albert? Let's check him out first. Red eyes, wept recently, consumed by grief. Shaving cuts. He's got a plaster on his face. Clean hands. Don't expect that from someone who works with flowers.
Do you work here?
Yes, but part-time only. I'm also studying botany at the University of London.
Oh, botany.
Following in your father's footsteps, then, that is commendable.
Well, even if botany is not my strongest suit, there are people who say that I could be a good manager.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
Or we arrest you because you done it. I don't know what you done, but you bloody done it. Now I'm around the gardens. Lose. Oh. Oh. The wheelbarrow's in my way. Check you out. Big old thick glasses. Inexpensive glasses. Well kept beard. Dirty collar. It's covered in shit. Unmarried. Gardener's hands. See, everyone doesn't have no garden, so that's a bit weird to me.
Albert told us about the tragic death of Mr. Dunn, the late director of Kew Gardens.
Tragic indeed. His heart attack was quite unexpected.
Would you unlock the doors for us?
Do you expect to find the stolen plants there? I am sorry, but those rooms are private.
Excuse me?
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation. Locked.
Oh, I got stuck again. They locked everything?
Locked.
Oh, I've got to search my archives, right? Oh, you got good. Let's go check back to the death place then. Even though we did do that already, but apparently not good enough. Sad, sad day. So what am I supposed to be looking for? Oh, the big broken sign that I just didn't even look at.
This sign is broken. Something heavy was dropped upon it. Someone fell violently against this sign, and they were injured in the clash. Most likely a head wound. All the clues around here are quite suspicious. I need my imagination to make sense of it all.
But I don't have imagination. Determined to... Right.
wasn't like that.
Wait. So sure it's that. That. Then that, though. It's set up already, isn't it?
This reconstruction reveals a disturbing fact. Montague Dunn damaged the door of the Colonial Collection Room.
He was in a panic, or the door was locked. Was it an accident, or a murder then, I wonder?
Obviously it's going to be a murder. What do we have? Form an autopsy? Okay. I get to touch the bodies again. Let's go to Baker Street and learn about these plants first. Oh. How about letters? Excuse me? At times, a shocking affair at the Abbey Grange that took place. Okay. Yesterday, a man of wealth by the name of Sir Joseph Cook officially expressed his willing to assist in a shortening the sentence of Lady Bracknell and her maid in exchange for a lady's hand and heart. He does not seem perturbed by her background, only takes pity on her circumstance. High society is greatly concerned regarding Sir Joseph's decision. In fact, even should the lady accept, the match may not be permitted to go ahead. Oh, it's never let to take. Fuck. Have I not been taking any of these letters? My bad. It literally is every letter. Fuck's sake.
This is where I keep my post.
Right. So we want... botany.
That is not.
This one. These plants have a certain toxicity in common, more or less variable. Okay, only the three can be dangerous. The humans particularly from. And only under very specific conditions, the plant should react to a process of aggression against which.
Here it is.
Silver broken pot. Divine. Divine Syndicate. The members of Syndicate worship Trowan, the God King. They strive to obtain spiritual peace and release themselves from the material world, so generous donations are appreciated.
Here it is. The Divine Syndicate is not a supplier to Kew Gardens. Besides, there is no address here.
And last one, symbol of the exhibition. Symbol of the flower pot found at Kew Gardens. The pots do not belong there.
That is not the one. That is not the one I...
Seymour's Garden Equipment Suppliers. We are premium supplier for all your landscape, garden and timber requirements. Full range supply and delivery of sands, soils, mulches, pots, and anything else you may need.
Here it is.
Oh, is that it? Okay, to the morgue we go then. Oh, wait. Wait, what is that? Oh. Back to the morgue where we get to touch a dead body.
asked Inspector Lestrade to take Montague Dunn's body to Scotland Yard.
It's ready for autopsy then.
Oh, we're talking to Watson, then why? That's evidence. We need to go to the where the body's at. Well, well, well. Are you the right body?
First of all, let us carry out an external examination.
Oh, he's got a mustache, and we get to cut him.
There is an
Forehead.
injury to the skull, most probably caused by the fall in the water lily greenhouse. The vessels and the pupil of the eye appear quite normal.
They've been dead for like 2 days.
Air from the lungs carries a faint floral aroma.
Put me
No
very clean
rents,
hands.
stings or bruises. Nothing suspicious here.
Got big old fingers, eh?
There are no suspicious marks upon the chest. Let us finish our external examination so that we can proceed with the autopsy. Now, let us examine the internal organs.
Chop chop. Oh, Watson does it, okay. Boring. Is there a minigame to cut open people? Nope, it's just a heart, lung, and okay.
The lungs are congested and edematous.
What does that even mean?
The tissue on the inferior lobe of the right lung is damaged, most probably caused by toxins from an unknown plant.
Shove it back in there.
The heart's blood vessels show no pathological signs. The heart tissue shows no visible pathological signs.
Just prop that back in there then. To be fair, liver looks
The
alright.
liver is enlarged.
Oh,
It would seem that he was suffering from alcohol addiction.
anything else?
The liver tissue is brown. There are no visible pathological signs.
I'd eat that liver. I don't even like liver. Green, like he's been
The
poisoned.
stomach tissues show no visible pathological signs.
Stomach don't look like that, does it? To be fair, I've never actually have I seen it? It should be brown, right?
There is a small amount of content.
No.
It appears that he breakfasted lightly, only a short while before his death.
I never knew the stomach was green. I think I don't really
The
look.
suspicions have been substantiated. Montague Dunn, the director of Kew Gardens, died from poisoning. Plant poisoning, to be more exact.
You mean
Yes, it is murder.
Who done it?
we should inform Lestrade?
Yes, but do remember, Watson, that I discovered the murder. The challenge is mine.
Oh my.
The challenge, Holmes.
We need to locate that deadly plant. Such a perfect murder appeals to me.
Murder of any kind appeals to you. Is that all we need to do?
No, we also have the people working at Kew Gardens. Martin Hamish and the son of the victim, Albert Dunn.
And also Miss White, of whom we spoke with Mr. Hamish. Should we bring them all here for interrogation?
No, a few innocuous questions at Kew will suffice, as well as a discreet delve into their personal affairs.
Real
Yes,
discreet.
Watson, it is time now to open the doors.
Even those in the staff building. I suppose that is necessary.
We should also be concerned with the victim himself. After all, we don't know very much about Montague Dunn.
You're enjoying this already, aren't you?
More than a little.
Right. Him being trapped is what killed him, right? Didn't we have something else? Yes, that's what it is. Well, I reckon they changed the consistency in the room. So what we gotta do? Finally, okay, plant, inspect your gardens. Okay. Back to Kew Gardens it is then. Back on the road again. I'm so bloody tired. Watson looks uncomfortable again. I need the keys. Give me the keys. Okay.
Mr. Hamish, can you explain to us what happened to the colonial collection? It seems somewhat depleted.
But, most likely maintenance work, tidying up.
You're not sure, then? But you're the deputy director.
Well, I am busy. I cannot be everywhere at once.
But half is gone.
As deputy director, how was your relationship with Montague Dunn?
To be honest with you, Mr. Holmes, it could have been better. You see, every Tuesday he would carry out his inspection of the gardens, but it was solely to make an impression, great pretense that he cared at all. He would give out absurd orders, ignoring anyone else's opinion. He would then disappear for the rest of the week. He was what some might call a man of action. I'd say rather he was overzealous and chaotic.
What was
So
today?
after all, it was no wonder, perhaps, that he ended up like that, if you take into consideration his kind of lifestyle.
Lifestyle, yeah.
You mentioned that Mr. Dunn led a particular lifestyle.
Well, it's no secret that he enjoyed, celebrating, shall we say? He was a member of the London Smart Set. He was famous for it. That
And
he had an eye for the ladies,
Oh.
to put it mildly, Mr. Holmes.
Mr. Hamish, can you tell us who holds the keys to the locked greenhouses?
That would be Albert, Mr. Dunn's son. Yes, Albert keeps all the keys, and one can only imagine why.
What do you mean?
Well, he was never interested in Kew Gardens before, and now all of a sudden he is trying to act as if he owns the place. I think he wants to take over the management here. He'd do better to leave that to me. He has no experience. No, none at all.
Seems a bit
What is your
weird.
opinion of Albert as a student of botany?
He's useless. I often tell him so, and I can only give him cleaning tasks. Botany is not his life's work, and his father well knew it. He was furious about it.
He was.
Oh yes, he forced his son to work here, and he never missed an opportunity to criticize him publicly.
Are you able to elaborate on that?
Well, for example, with our last exhibition here, Mr. Dunn had Albert make a presentation speech. But then, while the lad was speaking, Mr. Dunn interrupted him, asking him difficult questions, making him look like a failure. It was with the intention of making a fool of him, Mr. Holmes.
That must have been terribly humiliating.
Yes, he was crushed, and he had to leave. Everybody was making fun of poor Albert. That is, except for Miss Margaret White, who was such a nice lady and who always takes pity on Albert.
Why does the voice change? Why are you not a VIP? Do you want to be a VIP? I think you lose your first badge if you're a VIP there. I've only got like a certain number of VIPs that I can give out. I don't know how many.
You mentioned a Miss White. Would you tell us more
Yeah,
about
where
her?
is she?
She is a student who works here part-time. She is quite charming indeed. She possesses a great talent for botany. You should take a look at some of her experiments that she carried out in the laboratory. Ah, if only she were not so naive.
Why naive?
The way she used to flutter around Mr. Montague Dunn. And he couldn't help but be flattered by all her attention. How could an intelligent woman such as Miss White not see through his game? I can only scratch my head and wonder.
There's been a lot
Tell
of
me, Mr. Hamish,
shit
do
going
you
on.
grow the more deadly variety of plant here?
You mean insectivorous? Yes, but nothing larger than that.
Are you aware of the Divine Syndicate?
The divine what? Is this a joke?
No, I am quite serious.
What a ridiculous name. Anyway, I have never heard of this syndicate.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
Now I need to go talk to Albert. Miss
Who is
White.
Miss Margaret White?
Ah, she is the young lady who studies with me. She visits here sometimes to help out with the greenhouses. In fact, she should be here today. She wanted to work at the seed house. That's the small greenhouse across from the large glass house.
Okay.
We noticed that a part of the colonial collection has been cleared.
Ah, at the moment I'm just dealing with the storage room. I don't know much about the other rooms.
I imagine that your relationship with your father may have been a strained one.
Yes. I cannot say that he was a kind man, for he never listened to me at all. He forced me to work here. But now, after his death, I've been pondering it over. Perhaps he wasn't so wrong about me after all. I have to follow his path, and I have to manage Kew Gardens. And I can do it. I can be as good as any other who works here.
Would
That's
you
why he's
please
trying
tell
to
us
act.
about Martin Hamish, the deputy director?
Well, I have to tell you that Mr. Hamish is not and has never been the deputy director of Kew Gardens.
What?
My father would not have tolerated it.
Indeed. Well, that is most interesting. He told us that he was.
Yes, because he believes that the management should be passed down to him now that my father is dead. But in actual fact, Mr. Hamish only has the honour of being the garden's longest-serving employee. In fact, if we are to think logically at all, it should be me who takes over the management of Kew Gardens.
Do you not have a good relationship with Mr. Hamish?
I suppose so. But we have very little in common. Mr. Hamish loves his plants and Kew Gardens, and I cannot say that I share his passion.
So why would you want to manage it?
I see.
What?
And how was his relationship with your father?
Oh, he hated my father. It was obvious. He would be furious whenever my father boasted of Kew Gardens in the newspapers or at conferences. He was convinced that my father was stealing all of the credit for himself. But my father treated Mr. Hamish in the same way as he treated anyone. Dismissively. With indifference.
Couldn't care less.
Tell me, have you ever heard of the Divine Syndicate?
No, I cannot say that I have.
Do you hold the keys to all of these locked doors?
Yes, you can have them. But I cannot give you the keys to the cloakroom. The employees' effects are private. I am sure you understand.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
What we got here then? The killers may be those who stole the exotic plants. Okay. We don't have a lot to go on still. We do have keys though. Let me run across the grass.
Locked.
Nope, it's not locked. I'm in here. Got a safe. Looks like a mirror. Is that shoes? Champagne. Is there a knife in it?
Champagne. Montague Dunn had good taste. French wine. A remarkable vintage.
Always French wine, isn't it? Is that an elephant? Oh, that's hunting. Damn.
A photograph of Montague Dunn and Reynold Hamish.
I thought they didn't like each other.
Newspapers discussing Kew Gardens.
New plant species. Kew Gardens pleased to announce successful production. They've named it Siberian Barley. Mr. Martin Hamish, the proud photographer, will hold a press conference. Wait, didn't they say he doesn't? He doesn't give him credit though, right? My dearest Margaret, following our last conversation, I believe it might be better for you to vacate your position here at Kew Gardens and pointed out quite blatantly you're no longer in need of my support. You're quite able to stand up for yourself in this world, as you say. Well, I give you back your freedom and wish you nothing but good luck. The breakup. Wait, what? So we don't have her? What? Weird. What's in the safe then? We can crack the safe. Oh no, we can't. What the fuck am I supposed to be doing here? Fuck. Three. So 2, 2, 3. 3. 4 maybe? 4. Then 4 again? Nope. So 2, 2. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 5 this way maybe? That was a difficult one, wasn't it? We got any then? Letters. My dear friend, please allow me to express my disappointment upon reading your last letter. I am paying you to defend me, not to accuse me. Kew Garden is a royal institute. We are granted the great opportunity to travel the world and to save the most extraordinary, precious, and rare species of plant. Our duty is to protect such species and from those who might wish to use them from dubious purpose. This divine syndicate of whom you speak have no right to hold such precious plants. Remember the case of June 14, 1889. So I must respectfully ask you once again to notarize the permission on these plants on behalf of Kew Gardens. The documents were sent to you on Monday. P.S. See you in Boodles on Tuesday as always. Okay. Mr. Dunn, we must ask you for the last time for the return of our dear sisters. You do not have any right to hold them in prison. They do not belong to you. Your so-called permissions are wholly false. You are hiding behind lies. The lie we need not elaborate. That was reported in the press of June. Okay. What you have done is quite abhorrent. Be sure that we shall never abandon our family members. We trusted you and regret enough having done so. What the fuck is going on?
I suggest that we don't tell Miss Margaret White about this document.
Debt of Miss Margaret White to Mr. Montague Dunn, rental of a suite of rooms in at Oxford Street, educational scholarship, London University, credits opened at Hamilton, Radigan House, Taylor's and Board and Son Jewelers. So it's a personal loan. Well. Disagreement. Miss White and Mr. Dunn had a recent disagreement. Montague Dunn was planning on to release Miss White from her position at Kew Gardens. I wonder if she was trying to do well with his son.
Locked.
What do we have? Wet bottle. Traces.
There was a bottle here. It left behind a trace of the substance that pervaded the laboratory.
Gold dust.
Good heavens.
The wrestler?
The
Oh my
gold
God.
is almost immune to chemical attacks, so it may be a valuable auxiliary for various experiments.
But why would anyone perform such experiments in a botanical garden?
I don't have a bloody clue, mate.
Several drops of the substance were spilled. Someone carried this bottle around. The bottle is no longer here, but it is possible to detect a faint scent. We need a good nose.
Toby. I hate the fact that I've got to go fetch him every time.
Chemicals. A sufficient quantity for some serious experiments.
A phonograph used for voice recording. Remarkable.
Yes, this is quite a modern laboratory.
Remarkable. Crack that
I
shit.
don't hear anything.
And it seems clear from these multiple experiments that plants do respond to their environment and have a form of consciousness. Margaret White, February 1895. 245.
Study report.
It's kind of cool, this.
Hamish's perception of plants. The notion of communication in the plant world has long been considered marginal, yet I remain convinced that some plants do indeed transmit chemical signals in the event of attack.
A study report by Martin Hamish.
Evidence required.
This is a table for experiments. It resembles my own.
Only this one is kept in good order, Holmes.
Oh, okay, Watson. Bitch. A book.
A botany book.
Oh, it's Albert's.
This student's book belongs to Albert.
There's a set missing, the one that's burned.
It appears as though the protective equipment is missing from here. Gloves, waterproof aprons, everything one might need for self-protection.
Do they grow dangerous plants here?
I think we kind of know that already, don't we?
Such masks are generally worn when dealing with toxic chemicals. Locked.
Holmes, Albert Dunn didn't give us the key to this door.
It does not matter. We will open it.
Oh, Nelly. I am so baffed, bro. What's this one? Oh, that one goes there then. Damn, okay.
Open.
Open! That's how you open it, just say open. Miss White, where are you
Miss
hiding?
White's locker.
Got a lovely little hat and letter.
A draft of the letter that Miss White sent to her parents.
Dear Mother and Father, I'm writing this letter with reluctance to ask for your help. My studies and housing costs have proven to be more expensive than I have had anticipated. I fear, therefore, I may not be able to manage them in the long term. I know that we have had our disagreements in the past, but would you be so heartless as to allow your daughter to fail her studies due to a lack of money?
Apparently,
Diploma?
Miss White is a capable student.
Nice.
These jewels must be worth a small fortune. A vanity purse. It is of high quality.
Living a high life then. Maybe it's because of Matey Boy. Another letter. We were surprised to receive your letter. How could you think to ask us for money after all these years that have passed since you left and without any thought of us? You have never shared with us any detail of your success at the university, but you choose to do so now. We suppose you must be ashamed of us, for we are not from that same high class as your new friends. Yes, we are modest people, but you should learn to put your family first, as we at home have always done, and none of us ever compromise their reputation, as it appears you have already with your employer. Mr. Dunn, no, Margaret, it is you who makes us feel ashamed. Oh. Dear Margaret, I know how your financial troubles are overwhelming you at this present time. Please let me reassure you that I could not permit you to remain in such a dilemma. I was born of a wealthy family. I would consider it an honour if you might accept my help. Your devoted servant. A bit weird. He's a simp. Margaret White's studies and social situation were completely dependent upon True. So she was relying on him.
Martin Hamish's locker. Martin Hamish studied chemistry. Interesting.
Interesting.
A review on rare and exotic plants. Martin Hamish has written several pieces.
Father and I.
Father and I. Kew Gardens.
I'll be keeping that. Mr. General Secretary, recent events unfolding at Kew Gardens obliged me to renew my application for a management position. As I stated already in my previous letters, I believe that no one is better suited for the post. While Mr. Montague Dunn was alive, I understood your reservation to my suggestion. Your reasons were political, and I was happy to comply. But now the Kew Gardens lie in disorder. How can I stand by and allow it? How can I leave them in the hands of an inexperienced people with no motivation? I must urge you to cast your decision as a matter of urgency, so that I may devote myself entirely to the noble task ahead, and free my mind from this uncertainty.
Albert's locker.
Albert. Refusal
A
letter.
rejection letter from the British Royal Naval College.
Sir, it is my regret to inform you that despite your excellent results within our entry examinations, we are unable to invite you to the Royal Navy School. Your father, Mr. Montague Dunn, has expressed his intention to entrust you the directorship of Royal Botanic Gardens in Kew, and it is clear that he would not release you from the entire year of naval training. Please accept our best wishes for your future at Kew Gardens. Yours faithfully, Oh, it's me. Is it not? Is that the me that we see a lot? I don't know.
Specialist articles on shipyards and ship construction. Albert Dunn has a great passion for shipbuilding and the sea.
But his dad wouldn't let him. So I saw this. We don't need to look. I saw it.
Young Albert, standing with a woman in front of London University.
London. Right, now we need to check the seed gardens. And the nursery. Window.
This poster is for an exhibition that Martin Hamish was directing, but it had nothing to do with Kew Gardens. This certificate belongs to Martin Hamish. He won a horticultural competition.
And more
A
books.
thesis written by Martin Hamish. A glasses case. It is empty. This area serves as Martin Hamish's office. An award presented to Martin Hamish for Best Grower of the Year.
Oh, okay. He's a grower.
A master's degree diploma. It belongs to Martin Hamish. These young plants must be delicate if they are kept in the nursery.
He points out the obvious. Every time. Maybe that's why he's so good at his job. Oh, why is there a bust here? Oh. It's my
It is a bust
Montague.
of Montague Dunn.
We've got oh, it's a chunk.
I am curious if the marble that we found... Here it is. The marble fragment that we found in the Colonial Collection Room is what they have in common. The seeds of plant species are stored here.
Is that it?
Locked.
Oh no, we've got. Oh,
Open.
who the fuck are you? It's got to be Margaret. Why can I open windows?
Materials for college study. They belong to Albert. A book about ships. Nothing at all to do with plants.
Yeah, so why is he so interested in taking
These
over now?
leather gloves are new and of good quality. They do not appear to have been used. This place serves as Albert's office.
I don't bet she hasn't noticed us walking around. What are you doing in there?
Good day to you, miss. You have some very beautiful plants here.
Why, thank you, sir. And good day to you, too. But
Oh, I do beg your pardon. My name is Dr. John Watson. This is my good friend, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
I am honored to make your acquaintance, gentlemen. My name is Margaret White. Excuse me, but are you Sherlock Holmes, the great detective?
Yeah.
Yes, I am he.
What a pleasure to see you here at Kew Gardens. Are you working on a case?
Maybe. Check her out then. Expensive perfume. Like how? Wait. How would I have guessed that without randomly just scrolling? Oh, itchy hands. It's gonna be something like on the other side here. I literally cannot see anything. Hair, eyes, no. Nose, mouth, no. Neck. Literally gonna have to scan every little section of it. What can it even be though? Unmarried? So maybe it's a thing? Finger? I think that says unmarried. Fuck me. I literally saw I could kind of make out it said So, oh, unmarried?
Yes, a theft of plants that took place here a few days ago after their most recent exhibition.
Oh, yes, of course. I quite forgot about that.
Oh, it's quite understandable that
How'd you
might
forget about it?
the theft of the plants, miss. After the tragedy that took place here.
Yes. The director was a truly good man. It is such a terrible misfortune.
Oh shit.
Would you happen
So much
to know
information
why
now.
part of the colonial collection was cleared?
No, I have never been there.
Do you work here?
Part-time only. I am a biology student at the London University. I attend the same classes as the son of Mr. Montague Dunn. That is how I found my chance to work here for part of my thesis, you see. It is a great honor.
How well did you know Mr. Montague Dunn?
He was a master, a great leader. I saw him almost as a spiritual father.
Sugar daddy.
He had an exceptional nature?
Oh yes, indeed. He was always so active and so optimistic and very nice to me. Although he could behave harshly towards his son.
Why so?
He loved his son dearly and wanted the very best for him. It made him extremely demanding. Albert, who is naturally shy, suffered because of it.
The Divine Syndicate. Does that name mean anything to you, by any chance?
Not at all. But it is a very pretty name.
How's it a pretty name? Yeah, how'd you get in
Most of the
actually?
doors in Kew Gardens are locked. Do you have a key to this room?
Climb through the window.
Oh, yes. Albert gave me a set of duplicate keys. He agreed I might carry out my studies without disturbing him. It is only temporary.
Thank you, miss.
This bitch.
None of the 3 people who work at Kew Gardens know why half of the colonial collection was cleared. So, someone is lying. It is obvious.
Yeah, but I can't tell. No, we're back out here. Let's find a plant, use a kill, find out who killed, use Toby. So we've got to go back to Baker Street, grab the dog, bring it back here. Can we not just call for him to be delivered? Watson always looks so uncomfortable. That's right, mate. Toby.
Come on, Toby. We have some work for you to do. Let us go to Kew Gardens.
They've got shit to smell. Not literally shit, but stuff. It feels like it's so awkward between these two. If the dog looks uncomfortable. Damn, some tension here. Little feeties. So where do we have to go? It's in the room with the...
Let us take Toby
Oh, there you
to
go.
the laboratory. He will pick up the scent of this
Laboratory.
mysterious substance.
Oh,
Search, Toby. Search.
there's a fire. We can sprint with Toby. I'm a donut. Toby opens doors. Nice. I say sprint. It's a gentle jog. Watch out. I got a dog. With a good old snoz on him. Ah, so that's why you can go down here. What's buried down here? I actually already like wandered around here. Not as a dog.
Congratulations, Toby. Now let us see what you have found.
What's a drug?
This is the bottle that was used in the laboratory. It was buried here.
Where's that?
There is
Gold?
still some liquid remaining in the bottle, with gold flakes. A tiny caterpillar. Not surprising to see one in a garden, but at the bottom of a bottle.
Very strange. Let me guess, I've got to go. Yep. Dialogue. Well, we're going to talk to Albert. Then we'll talk to Martin. Then we'll go back to the Baker Street.
I perceive that you are passionate about the Royal Navy.
Passionate? No, not really. I like ships, that is all.
Are you quite sure?
He
You
tried.
do not seem to be so interested in plants.
It's difficult, that's all. My future is here. It has never been about anything else.
What about joining the Navy then? Your hopes.
And yet I know that the Royal Naval College rejected your application.
Ah, you truly are as clever as they say. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, I broke into
In
your
fact, my father
cloakroom.
was strongly against the idea. He did his best to ruin my plans, although I almost did succeed. But my dreams were shattered, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you.
Right. Maybe these two? Yeah. Albert had motive to kill his father. Thwarted Albert's dream of becoming Royal Navy. Okay. So far, everything's just standard. Let's go talk to Martin.
Mr. Hamish, was someone from your family connected with Kew Gardens?
Family? No. I'm the only one with a passion for botany.
What about your dad?
I do not think so. This photograph of you and your father at Kew Gardens suggests the opposite.
But you have no right to.
Do tell us more about your father.
He was, indeed, the greatest botanist of his time in the British Empire. He worked together with Montague Dunn until
So
the
why
end of his
lie
life.
to me?
He brought me in at the age of 12.
Did he get on well with Mr. Dunn?
No, I couldn't say that. They expanded Kew Gardens together, that was all. And it was all my father's work. For Dunn always lived the high life.
So Mr. Dunn was not helping your father?
Oh yes, he provided the financial support. And as far as he was concerned, that fulfilled his role. But the worst
Big
of it
role.
was, he declared himself as the master of Kew Gardens.
Did he though?
Fame meant nothing to my father. So it was easy for Mr. Dunn to take all the credit.
But isn't there like stuff saying that he... Yeah, about him?
There is a bust of Montague Dunn in the nursery.
A bust? Oh, that old thing. Further proof of that outrageous ego of his.
But why in that room in particular?
Oh, I don't know. It has always been there.
What, hidden?
It is strange, because I recovered a fragment of the bust inside the Colonial Collection Room.
Oh.
Really? Oh, well, so I am mistaken. It ought to have been removed during the cleanup.
Yeah,
This
for
room
what?
is so small.
Do you know who moved it?
I have no idea. Surely Mr. Dunn requested it. Do you have any more questions like this? Because fragments of rock are not my responsibility.
He seems so dodgy
Evident.
now.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
Martin Hamish has had a motive. He believed that he and his father's lives had been ruined by Dunn, who had taken credit for the work. But he knew it would not be possible to done so now. Yeah. Wait, so we have to go to archives and perform analyst. Okay, right. Back to Baker Street. Take Toby back. Toby the dog. I like looking at his feet. No collar for Toby, you don't need it. He's an independent dog. Search arc.
This is
Oh
when
no.
I keep my
June 89, right? The Divine Syndicate Club followers of the God King Tree One, situated on the 48 Grosvenor Street, Cowleton Road, protectors of plants and more, particularly trees, and currently the subject of an administrative investigation. The leaders of this organisation are suspected of financial malfeasance. It may be that this investigation will lead to a charge of judiciary. Meanwhile, many voices have risen high against this inspection, denouncing the state. In fact, this private organisation, which has given its goal to the defence and protection of nature, of which incorporates many persons of influence, including political representatives of the opposition party.
Here it is. And here is the Divine Syndicate's address. Perfect. It is time to find out what they have against Montague Dunn.
She.
Oh dear, Toby. I wasn't aware that you were Watson's new literary agent.
Alright, let's do a little
Let us determine just what we have found here. Let us
caterpillars.
pour liquid from the bottle into a test tube to perform
Okay.
an analysis. This is the bottle that we found hidden at Kew Gardens. Let us use a pipette to take a sample of the liquid.
Okay. Pipette. What about the poor caterpillars? Now what you want me to do, eh? Put anything?
A colorless, water-based liquid.
In hell?
Quite a strong floral aroma.
Holmes,
Taste.
what are you doing?
It has a bitter taste.
What if it's poisonous?
Did you ever see poison stored in enormous jars like that? Anyway, there is a doctor nearby.
Very true.
So, what do you think it is?
It is some kind of organic compound. Let us vaporize the liquid and see what happens.
Pretty sure we should be doing that. That's fine.
Small colorless crystals. Colorless, tiny crystals that are soluble in water with a floral smell and a bitter taste. Watson, could you pass me that small bottle, please?
That's a gas
Of
burner.
course. Here you are. Holmes, do you know what it is?
Nope.
Wagner's reagent. There was a label on the bottle that you passed to me.
No, Holmes, I meant the bottle that we found.
Let me add the reagent and see if there is any sediment, and then I shall tell you. Red sediment, just as I suspected. This liquid is of organic origin. It contains some alkaloid. Most likely it is unstable, and that is why there is a quantity of gold dust to prevent contamination. This
I have
mixture
no idea what he's
is
talking about.
probably a fertilizer.
Oh.
Someone was carrying out unusual experiments in the garden's laboratory.
Right, so now we have to travel to the Divine Syndicate. Can we take Toby with us? Just in case.
This place is beautiful, Holmes.
Damn.
Its atmosphere is remarkably soothing.
Let us find someone who
Is
can
it
help us.
Japanese then? By looking at like the structures anyway. Let's find out. Guru. Please no bad accents.
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock.
I am exalting the sun. A while can you wait? From the trace of elements and moreover from the quality of the ambient geotropism it depends. Therefore, please, mind my gravitropism. Its balance, do not disturb.
Disturbed is most definitely the word.
There. Completed is the symbiosis. Welcomed you are. To introduce myself, I am the Green Grand Mystic.
The Green Grand Mystic.
The Green Grand Mystic himself.
This is me. Who am I speaking to?
We are two gentlemen who are extremely interested in the vegetation philosophy that is advocated by this establishment.
Listening to you, I am.
What? Let's take a gander. He's got a dirty tattoo. I love it. Anything else here? Oop. Hands. Clean. Got fingertip calluses. Palm injury. What do you want, cat? Impressive cat.
We should like to take a look around, to immerse ourselves in the wisdom that emanates from here.
It is a school of anastomosis, the divine scholastic syndicate for vegetation veneration and meditation. You may say, the divine syndicate. Glory to the eukaryotic. Only true devotees, those whose hearts are ready to spermatophize in sharing of knowledge, are permitted to physically enter our vegetable kingdom and its wisdom. And to be permitted, you must earn it.
Damn it.
Yes.
We visited Kew Gardens, and we found your symbols on their flower pots.
Watson, shoot him.
Coincidence, I am thinking. They would scavenge our refuse. It would not surprise me.
It was merely an observation. Green Grand Mystic, we are ready to become devotees and gain access to your temple.
What is the name of our Lord, our God King?
Trewan.
Our God King's name is Trewan, Green Grand Mystic.
Oh la, good, good, I like you.
Here is the holy key to the wisdom place. Holy donation can you make whenever you so wish.
Thank you so much.
I pray you to taste our fertilizer substance. From the burdens of life it helps to free.
But of course.
Raw sap. It is
What's in raw soup?
It is
That's some good soup.
Well, we will leave you to your meditation.
That's easy. Well, I need a pee, so give me a minute. One moment, I'll be back. Guess who's back? It's me. Well, let's continue the case. Can I ring the gong? You can't leave a gong here and not expect me to strike it.
A fragment of a flower pot. Fragments of a flower pot. It fell down here.
More power pots? Flower pots. Symbol. They stole it.
Garden's symbol.
It's fucking bottomy fights going on. Or gangs. Gang shit. Can I get in this door over here? I can. Let me just check over here first. Or is this just a massive loop? Yeah. Watson's in really life says work over there. Fair play. Well, well, well. Who do we have in here then?
The list of plant friends and benefactors. Lawyers, well-known manufacturers, political leaders.
Was the Kew Garden on there? 'Cause I didn't see it. Drugs table.
That should be the raw sap that the Green Grand Mystic spoke of. This is rather delicious, and of an excellent quality.
I just
My
eat.
word, Holmes. Their sap is like a form of cocaine.
was gonna say, just take a random shit, man.
This must be Trewan. The
Oh, I
divine
finally get
syndicate's
it.
law.
It's a tree. Get it? You at me?
You came to make a donation? Glory to Trewan!
No, alright. Can't afford it.
This door is locked, but I can try to open it.
If that dude stood there. God damn it, these are getting more and more just fucked. Right, now we go. I was trying to figure out how the fuck we move this. There we go. Nope. There we go. Wasn't too bad. Not too bad at all. Yeah, don't worry about that, mate. That's broken. It's fine. More drugs?
These instruments are used for smoking opium.
Oh, I did just like take coke. Oh, it might not have been coke.
A vast amount of opium. This substance is an alkaloid, the same as in the bottle we found in the bushes at Kew Gardens.
But what do the caterpillars mean?
This cabinet is full of chemicals. They are the same as the ones we found in the laboratory at Kew Gardens.
Are they competing?
That would be enough to perform the most difficult of chemical experiments.
It's got a fucking Bunsen burner. All kinds of shit. Is that it? So we have to talk to the dude again. Maybe.
You came to make a donation?
What's he got in a bloody cage? Oh, caterpillar.
Caterpillars. They are raised as food for certain plants.
Oh,
Let's
really?
take them.
I'm stealing caterpillars. I broke into your rooms, take your caterpillars, and what? These fly traps. I had one of these.
A tropical plant. Nothing of interest.
What do you mean? It looks pretty cool.
A tropical plant. Nothing of interest.
They don't look cool. Why are they caged up?
Tropical plant. A tropical.
Nothing of interest there. Why let me look at it?
These three plants are identical to the ones shown at the exhibition. I shall take them.
Just put them in my pocket. Holmes couldn't give a fuck though. He's like, yeah, what's that? I'm taking your shit.
A tropical. A trop.
Bonsai, I've got a bonsai tree. It's not doing very well at the moment, but I've got one. Right, what have we got then? Mix those two. Set the alkaloid from a chemical laboratory in cabinet form. Shit.
Perfect, Watson. We can begin our experiment.
Yes, we can. Firstly, we could talk to this other dude. See if he knows anything about these plant pots. The guru.
Do you have friends at Kew Gardens?
None. Not worthy they are.
Fuck.
Do you have friends at Kew Gardens?
None. Not worthy they are.
What am I doing?
Do you?
None. Not worthy they are.
Did I pick branded flower pots already? I'm losing my mind now.
None. Not worthy they are.
What am I doing?
None. Not worthy they are.
Right. I've guessed the same one multiple times. I can't.
Not worthy they are.
Right, that we've done. That we've done the keys. We've done Brandon. It's because it's sort of
Nevertheless,
similar.
We have seen Kew Gardens flower pots in your yard. How could they happen to be there?
What? Our sacred place you permitted yourself to search. Sacrilege.
I found a lot.
Oh, really now? There was a theft of plants at Kew Gardens a matter of days ago. And we believe the pots we found here may be connected with it. Please tell
And
us,
we found the flowers.
were you involved?
Plants.
No. Those plants were ours. They had stolen them from us.
How so?
Their director, Dump, I believe.
Dump.
Done.
Yes, that's what I said. He borrowed from us 3 of our sisters for the exhibition at his green fly-infested gardens. But he never gave them back to us. Excuses and imbecility. So we went in and saved them.
So he did steal them.
I see. So, if you stole those rare plants from them, then it means... Ah, I get it. Bravo, Holmes. I think the case is solved.
No, we did not steal. We saved. Well, as a matter of fact, we were unable to find our 3 plants.
I beg your pardon. And yet you took all of the exotic plants from the stand.
They had disappeared. It was the least we could do. They stole our sisters, and so we stole theirs.
What the
Well,
fuck
we
is
will
going on?
leave you to your meditation.
Oh, here we go. Stole plants from an exhibition, including deadly species. They could have used them in order to murder him. I don't think so. Partial? Maybe? I think we have to set up the experiment now. Back to Baker Street it is then. From the sounds of it, they were trying to find them, but they couldn't find the deadly plants. I'm assuming. I don't really know. I'm terrible at guessing, but, you know. We'd do all this, I guess, wrong.
I imagine that one of these plants would be capable of releasing a toxic vapor.
Put the one
I
on the
need
right.
to find out exactly how it could be done. I shall begin now. Watson, if you are at all optimistic to have dinner this evening, then I'd recommend that you put on the gas mask.
While we're picking up.
It appears to open after being soaked with alkaloid.
That one
This
closes.
plant becomes inactive after being drenched with alkaloid.
Right.
This plant becomes inactive.
So it's
after
the
being
one on the right that
drenched with
which
alkaloid.
I assumed anyway. Take that.
It closed again. I believe I saw a small cloud of gas. I wonder what secrets this plant is hiding. Perhaps if we agitate it to a greater extent whilst it is opened, it will reveal a little more.
Okay. So what you're saying is pour that on. Grab the pin.
It appears
And stab it.
it closed again. I wonder what secrets this...
The fuck?
This is a strange...
Why do I take it? Oh wait. Put that back. Let's swap these two.
This plant seems to have had no reaction.
Maybe I'm just focusing on that.
My word. It shot a spike at me after I stabbed it with a pin. I imagined that its reaction would be ferocious if I increased the strength of my attack.
Let's hide.
It appears to have fallen inactive after being disturbed. I find the behavior of predators utterly fascinating. This plant seems...
So, what else do we have here? I've got a pin.
My word. It closed again. I believe I saw a small cloud of gas. I wonder what secrets this plant is hiding. Perhaps if we...
Right. So what I reckon we've got to do, we have to do this. Open it up. Put that down. Put this here. On top of this.
It appears to open. Toxic gas with spores. Extraordinary.
Right. It's very
The
extraordinary.
plants would be capable of killing only if they were directly next to the victim and stimulated at precisely the right moment.
Let us take our caterpillars to the Colonial Collection Room. We may see things more clearly there.
With my
It is
imagination.
too early, Watson. Our suspects will be there. Let us investigate Kew Gardens one more time and ask some questions.
Do we murder him? Soul store dead plants. I say I don't have a clue with this one. Doesn't even know his name. I feel like it's this one. Maybe. Back to Kew Gardens. This case is long compared to the other one. The other one in 45 minutes, even though I did rush it apparently. This one's taken nearly 2 hours. One more little chat then by the looks of it.
Can you tell me if you saw Mr. Montague Dunn on the day of his death?
Yes, of course. I met him, and we went to see Albert, his son, at around 9:30. He appeared quite calm.
What were you doing on the morning of the accident?
After paying multiple visits to Albert, I had a little talk with Miss White. Then I returned to my desk to complete some paperwork. Suddenly I observed that Mr. Dunn was not feeling well, so I ran immediately to fetch Albert. I clearly remember that it was around 10:30, for I was late that morning.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
This is an object of interest, but we can't do anything with it. Unless we can figure out the time, maybe. I never looked at this big old thing. We never looked at this either. But I have a feeling the windows being able to open has something to do with it. Maybe we've got to time how long it takes us to get somewhere.
Can you tell me what Mr. Dunn was doing upon the day of his death?
I can, but there is nothing very special to say. I was in the laboratory when I saw Mr. Dunn heading towards me. Tuesday is the day of his weekly visit. It was supposed to be at 9, but he was 10 minutes late, as usual.
And then?
Well, he came in to say good morning. Then I saw him spend 2 or 3 minutes by the plants outside the laboratory. After that, he ran out in the direction of the nursery, where Mr. Hamish was working. He was always in a rush during the inspection, you see. I would pity anyone who stood in his way.
Rush.
And that was the last time you saw him?
Yes. I stayed in the laboratory until 20 minutes to 11, when I heard the cries of Albert and Mr. Hamish from the large glass house.
I joined them as soon as I could, for I knew that something must be very wrong.
What exactly were you doing in the laboratory?
I was recording an experiment for my thesis. I only stopped my work once when Mr. Hamish visited me briefly around 10 o'clock.
You say you were recording an experiment when the tragedy occurred. Might I listen to the roll?
Certainly. Please do. You will find it in the laboratory. It is number
I don't know how to listen to that.
320.
Thank you, miss.
I'm pretty sure I already listened to it. I just want to check to see if we can play with the whatever this is called again.
A ventilation system.
No.
It should.
Well, let's do anything. Okay. Let's check. Is this the laboratory? 320, right? They didn't. Wait, laboratory? What room are we in? How'd I miss that?
Here it is. Cylinder records.
Cylinder records. Right, now we can listen to it. So we should hear screaming, right? Crank that shit.
These plants, classified as shrubs or grasses, have adapted to their arid environment due to a system of underground roots.
This recording seems very long. It is unnecessary to listen to all of it. Miss White was in the laboratory, as she told us.
Didn't say what time though, did it? Albert. day of Dunn's death.
Your father's death does seem highly suspicious. What were your movements here on that day?
Suspicious? Well, I was working in the seed house, taking care of Lysic, something, or Lear Pontus, or... No, wait. Ah, these Latin names. And I spent so many hours trying to memorize them.
Did you see your father that day?
Yes. He came here with Mr. Hamish for his weekly visit. There was nothing unusual about that.
And then?
Nothing. They stepped out to the backyard. It was perhaps 20 minutes before 10 o'clock. Then about 10 minutes later, I saw my father heading for the dry tropics room while Mr. Hamish returned here.
And Mr. Hamish and
Confused
Miss
me now.
White, what were they both doing that morning?
Mr. Hamish visited me a couple of times. I also saw him returning from talking with Miss White, and that was at 10 minutes past 10. But then he ran back here to me to tell me that my father was feeling unwell. We hurried across to the water lily room, and I found my father lying dead on the floor. Oh my God.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
I'm kind of...
Everyone has gone, Holmes.
Oh.
The way is clear.
Alright. Yeah, it's got to be that, right? He walked all the way to the door, stumbled to the door, fell through it. But it's been locked.
When Montague Dunn was standing close by the plants, the caterpillars were released and caused the deadly spores to activate. Panicking, and likely already half asphyxiated, Montague Dunn started back and knocked over the bust. He rushed to the door, but it was locked. He had to force it open with his shoulder. We already know the outcome. Montague Dunn collapsed and died not far from the pool. Well, it is time to perform our experiment on the ventilation system. The caterpillars could only fall from the ventilation duct. Our caterpillars are in place. I'll activate the ventilation system so that they fall down. Watson, stay here and observe.
All right, Holmes.
I was tempted to look at this, but weird. Got to run all the way back here. How the fuck would you time this, though?
The power is on. The engine has started. The ventilation system is working.
Okay, now run all the way back and see if Watson has died. The fire's still burning strong after all that time. God damn it. It's got to be athletic to do all this running around.
Water lily.
You dead yet, Watson?
Now we need to see if we can activate the fans from Mr. Hamish's and Albert's space.
They mean spaces. find out.
Before I activate the fan, I need to check if the interior of the Colonial Collection Room can be seen from here. We can see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room from this window. We can see the interior of the Excellent. This ventilation fan is working. Let us see if I can activate the other one.
Like a bloody maze in here. A little
From
windows.
here, we are unable to see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room. Perfect. Now I just need to find Watson to check the result.
Is it covered in caterpillars?
It works perfectly, Holmes. Bravo. Now, if you could just help me to get rid of these caterpillars.
Perfect. Now we know how the murder of Montague Dunn was carried out, by activating both Albert's and Mr. Hamish's fans.
But only from Mr. Hamish's workplace would it be possible to see when Montague Dunn entered the Colonial Collection Room.
Deadly precision. Opportunity to stimulate deadly plans. Maybe. Could be the killer. He had opportunity to still revive him and plans to stimulate them. Okay, what's this flow? So what if you change this to... I want to go with my gut here, which is terrible because it's always wrong, so...
Let's go to Scotland Yard.
I reckon it could be the woman. Miss Margaret White. Seems like she could be a problem, you know? Oh. Is he in his office?
Inspector, I believe that Martin Hamish
I'm
is
not 100%
guilty
sure.
of the murder of Montague Dunn.
Aha! I knew it. I'll send a letter round
Why
to
did...
arrest him.
Very good. I
agrees
shall
with me
wait to hear
straight away. Sometime later.
Inspector, I came here as quickly as I could.
Martin Hamish is in the large glass house. There's no need to hurry.
Let's have a look then. I don't think... Oh, what's he doing? Oh,
Holmes, my God!
Yes, we found him like that.
Our messing around with the ventilation system didn't go unnoticed. Mr. Hamish realized that we knew.
Inspector, could you arrange the body, please? I should like to examine it.
Bit of a shock.
The mark around the neck is very visible. He died instantly.
He's ginger now, apparently.
Holmes, his left shoe is unique. This anomaly is often a characteristic of...
A club foot. Bravo, Watson. That is the key element of this case.
Is it? Why is it? She could do it. That's what I thought it was her anyway. What does this letter say then? Life has become a living hell. I find it unbearable. Dunn deserves to die, but I cannot forgive myself for having his blood upon my hand. We Hamishes seem to have always fallen victim to our circumstances, and I found myself not to be no exception. I must atone, and shall do so here. Farewell. What's the club foot got to do with anything? He's unable to run, therefore we should find out if he had sufficient time to lock the door of a... That's what I'm wondering. Did he have an accomplice? Okay, we've got to discuss with Lestrade. Got a bit deeper this one, isn't it?
Something about this rings very oddly.
Why do you say that, Mr. Holmes?
Why? Because of Mr. Hamish's club foot. Oh, I deserve to be kicked from here to Charing Cross. I should have noticed it.
But, Mr. Holmes, I can't see why.
No, I don't suppose you do. You must recall that Mr. Dunn was locked inside the Colonial Collection Room by the murderer. If it was Mr. Hamish, he would have had to run up to his workplace to trigger the fan situated above it, taking into consideration the condition of his foot.
Well, it is still possible.
Perhaps, but it is rather strange that such a person as Mr. Hamish decided to base his plan on the speed of his gait.
You mean to say that somebody helped him?
So the suicide is questionable?
Correct. Mr. Hamish accuses only himself in his letter, and so the investigation stops.
Possibly an accomplice, then? That idea had not occurred to me, Mr. Holmes.
I
Not
have
very good
another
detective,
idea,
is he?
Inspector.
Or inspector.
Thanks to the testimony that we have collected, we are able to rebuild the events as they took place that day.
With a timeline, such as we did in the Jack the Ripper case.
Precisely.
The map at the entrance of Kew Gardens should help us with our timeline.
Let us analyze the facts
Oh,
and statements.
okay.
So that we
This
may
is new.
recreate the events of that morning.
Right. Albert meets Monica Dunn at... Wait. Martin Hamish Dunn went to meet Albert. So that's around 9:30. It's around... Wait, what? Yeah. It's around 20 minutes to 10 when Hamish Monica Dunn went to the backyard. After 10 minutes, Dunn recommences and special entered to dry topics. So what's the backyard? It's 20 to 10. After 10 minutes, Dunn... Yeah, right. Hamish returns... to Seed House. Martin Hamish had a conversation with Miss White at 10 o'clock. Till 10:40 when she saw Hamish Albert in the Waterloo greenhouse. And joined them. Okay. Till 10:40. Hamish ran to Albert as soon as he discovered Wait. Right, okay, right. Hamish ran to Albert. We don't have that though. Which is around 10:30. Albert was in the Seed House the entire morning. He observed Hamish returning. To visit Miss White at 10 minutes past 10. Done. Oh wait, done and... Okay. Albert was in the Seed House the entire morning. See if it just does anything. Obviously not. Albert was in the Seed House. He observed Hamish returning from visiting Miss White. Yeah. 10 past 10. Yeah.
Let us summarize. Montague Dunn was poisoned inside the Colonial Collection Room.
Yes.
He forced open the door, which means that someone locked him inside there at 10:20. Martin Hamish was last seen at 10:10. This means that he has approximately 10 minutes to lock the door of the Colonial Collection Room. Given that he was club-footed, it is doubtful. Albert also has 10 minutes to lock the door of the Colonial Collection Room, which is quite enough time. Miss White was last seen at 10 o'clock, which means that she had approximately 20 minutes to lock the door. More than enough time. Perfect, Watson. Now, let us ascertain who assisted Martin Hamish in killing Montague Dunn.
I think it's White. Oh wait. Miss White had 20 minutes, it would have been enough time to trap. Yeah. I'm not accomplice. He is likely a White would have a opportunity. White had time. But I mean, she had. But those two working together, right? Right, what? But if they work together.
Holmes, don't look at me like that. I don't know what to think about all this.
Martin, Hamish and Albert are not accomplishing it. It's unlikely Albert would have the opportunity, and 10 minutes would not have been enough time. Would have been enough time. I don't think Albert's in there. He's too upset, right? Margaret White and Martin Hamish accomplice in the killing Montague Dunn. Her professional ambition and personal situation have been damaged by the breakup with Dunn. So Miss White is a dangerous woman very capable of carrying out elaborate murder for monetary gain. She flirted with Dunn's son, Albert, and later pushed Martin Hamish to a suicide. She deserves the rope. Miss White is a desperate woman in debt, resigned to consorting with wealthy gentlemen. When Dunn cast her aside, she killed him in desperation. Hamish tried to save her. She deserves a second chance. Let's try for that. No, actually no. Because she's a bitch to her parents. So let's go for that one. Maybe. We'll find out. I've not got one right yet without going back and checking. But we'll see. We will see. Continue.
But Holmes, how can you be certain that we'll find Miss White here?
It is obvious, Watson. Just use your brain.
I can't use mine.
I am using it. I do use it.
Now that the rope has tightened around Martin Hamish, Miss White must act to erase all traces of her implication. After the suicide of her accomplice, there is one final trace remaining. The deadly plants of the Divine Syndicate. She will be there.
Watch fucking Albert walk through the door.
Shall we go?
Just one moment. Now listen to me, Watson. I shall see her alone. You will conceal yourself behind her, quietly.
Whatever are you planning?
Nothing spectacular. The impulses of women have always been a mystery to me. But she is a bold one, and so we must be cautious.
All right. You can count on me, Holmes.
See what happens then.
Mr. Holmes, good day to you.
You do not seem surprised, Miss White.
Well, I was expecting you.
Not for too long, I believe. So please tell me, as it is still unclear, who planned the murder? Was it you?
You were wrong, Mr. Holmes.
It was Martin Hamish, then. You managed to convince him to take on a more prominent role.
You could not be further from the truth.
You think that you can fool me?
You don't care what I think.
It is difficult to care about someone who is capable of pushing a man to his suicide. It is over, Miss White. The police will be here any minute.
Over, perhaps. One moment you were here, and the next, you were on the other side.
The other side? No! Stop!
What if she's gonna get hung anyway?
I beg you not to do this, Miss White.
Don't come any closer.
Fucking quick time events.
Please remain calm. We can help you.
Not one step further. Don't try to stop me.
Watson, grab the bitch.
Stop this foolishness. You cannot truly want to die.
No, it's too late.
What was I supposed to do then? I don't understand. I hate when it's like a quick time event so like that.
Tragic, Holmes.
Fuck.
Are you able to do anything?
I'm afraid not. The poison has been fulgurating. Her heart stopped instantly, poor child.
How the fuck was I supposed to do that? I got it right though. Come on, we got one right finally. Got you 1 out of 5? Miss White is dangerous woman, she's capable of carrying out an elaborate murder. Yeah, okay. Condemn Miss White. Yeah, we got that right. Accept decision. Impartial. I don't understand these rankings, you know.